Hello guys, and welcome to another sorcerer guide for Diablo 4. This time we'll cover the archlash build, which is a melee build that relies a lot on cooldown reduction and resetting your cooldowns with crackling energy and basically attacking stunned enemies. This build can go really fast. If you play correctly, you can reset your teleport and your ultimate skill all the time and just fly through rifts. It lets you farm legendaries and uniques and all that stuff really efficiently. As you can see, it's capable of doing high tier nightmare dungeons. And this is how it's built. Right, and for the abilities for the archlash sorcerer, you wanna go 5 points into archlash, 1 point into enchanted archlash, and then glinting archlash. So you can reduce your cooldowns, your teleport, and unstable currency uh, when hitting stunned enemies. Then we go 1 point into firebolt, so we can put it into our enchantment, obviously, so we can make enemies burn. Uh, then we move to our core skills, where we put 1 point into charge bolt, and this let us go down to destructive charge bolts. That makes us take 20% less damage when enemies are hit by charge bolt, which is constantly while you have unstable currents. Uh, then we go to our defensive skills, where we take flame shield, which make you invulnerable for 2 seconds. Then we take enchanted flame shield and shimmering flame shield, so you get more movement speed and a little bit of healing. Then we take 1 point into teleport, and, yeah, and we go to shimmering teleport, so you take 30% less damage again. Right? There's a lot of damage mitigation in your build. Um, yeah, and you go 3 points into glass cannon, 4 points or as many points as you can, and 1 point into elemental attitude, so you can you have a chance to reset your defensive cooldowns, which is a lot because you stack lucky hit chance. Then we go Frost Nova as many points as possible to get this that makes enemies vulnerable for 4 to 6 seconds. Uh, and for our conjuration skills, we don't take any, we just go passives all the way. Mana shield and protection. This basically gives us a barrier all the time, which we benefit a lot because we have a lot of lucky hit chance while barrier is active and increased damage while barrier is active. And again, 15% damage reduction, even more damage reduction. And for mastery, we again uh, go in inner flames, just so we can get the wrong place and deal those 60% increased crit strike damage to burning enemies, which will be constantly because we apply a firebolt enhancement. Um, yeah, then we go ball of lightning, which is our main damage. We won't use it, but unstable currency will shoot it all the time. And you proc a lot of crackling energy, which is useful to reset your cooldowns as well. For our ultimate skill, we go unstable currency and just take all the points into this. We also take permafrost just so we can get hoarfrost or something like that. I know, but you deal 18% extra damage to frozen enemies, so that's nice. So when you frost Nova, you deal 18% extra damage. And then we go to electrocution. Yeah, again 15% less damage. And for our passive, we take overflow energy, which reduces the cooldown of our shock skills by 1 second or 2.5, 0.25. I mean, when hitting elites. For our second enhancement, we go enhanced ball lightning, which has a 25% chance to spawn a ball of lightning with your lucky hit chance. So lucky hit chance is pretty important in this build. I and for the gear, I don't have optimal stats on all of my gear, but just listen what I say and not what I have, right? You want cooldown reduction at basic attack speed, intellect, and luck hit chance when you have a barrier. Then as enhanced, as your aspect, you want luck hit chance increased while you have a barrier as well. And for the chest, you want Raiment of the Infinite, but if you don't have Raiment of the Infinite, you can use another chest with a lot of like defensive stats, like damage reduction from distant enemies, no, close enemies I mean, and from burning enemies, total armor, and stuff like that. And for the aspect, you want your core skills to give you damage reduction. That out the money. For your hands, you want crit strike chance, crit strike damage, attack speed, and luck hit chance. For your legs, again, you want all the damage reduction that you can get. Plus, you want plus 4 stacks into charge bolt, because charge bolt is your main damage. And for your boots, you want Estus Heirloom as unique, because it gives you a lot of utility and crit strike chance. But again, if you don't have these, it's fine. You can just go another boots like these and put an this aspect on them. The most important stats on your boots is attacks reduced the cooldown of your weight by 1.2 seconds, 4 ranks into teleport, 4 ranks into frost nova. Instead of mana cost reduction, you go movement speed because this build doesn't use mana at all, actually. And intellect as your last stat. That's optimal. And for your weapon, you want crit strike damage against vulnerable target, no, not vulnerable, crit strike, lightning crit strike damage, and vulnerable damage, and intellect optimally. And for your neck, you want to use cooldown reduction, movement speed, 3 points to the Devouring Blaze, 3 points into defensive skills. It's kind of important to get the +3 into defensive skills because that spares you some points. Because you want to use ice armor to be more tanky, but if your neck gives you 1 point into all your defensive skills, you just get ice armor for free and can equip it without wasting any points. And the Devouring Blaze because it deals a ton of damage. Yeah, and for your finger, you want crit strike chance, crit strike damage, lightning crit strike damage, and vulnerable damage. The same goes for this. It's just crit strike chance, crit strike damage, lightning crit strike damage, and vulnerable damage. A lot of damage. And for your offhand, you want crit strike chance, cooldown reduction, basic attack speed, and lucky hit chance while you are barrier. One thing to note, it's kinda nice to have a wand instead of a dagger, because the wand will give you a 15% lucky hit chance. And yeah, these are all the aspects that I use. You can just pause and see for yourself. This one is kinda important because it makes you a lot tanky. Orange gems are also very nice so you don't die when you get stunned. And green gems for your weapons because vulnerable damage is OP. Right. Let's move to the Paragons. Okay. And this is the Paragon board for the archlash sorcerer. Yeah, I just go like this. And you can screenshot or whatever you want to. Explosive in the first node. Then we go to Burning Instinct and put Territorial on it. Then we go first to the left side and we put Tactician into the Frigid Fate Paragon board. And then we go up. You need to rotate the boards as well, like I have here. You want Flame Feeder, and you put that into the Static Surge thingy. Then we go up again, and you take Control and put it into the Caseless Conduit. And then we go down here again. This will be your last Paragon board, where you go Adapt and put it into Steering Kit. Yeah, that's it for my video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. So later I will do some nightmare dungeons, like push very high as I can. If you would like to see that, make sure to come again. See ya!